Good morning. What a beautiful day, huh? The sun is out. It's kind of cold. We're all vertical. It's a great day. Should have known he'd catch me. I am glad to be with you all today. It does my heart good to see you here in this place of wonder, in this place of holiness, in this place of beauty. We gather together today in this Unitarian Universalist church. We are carriers of a faith of love and hope, a saving faith, and we come together on Sunday morning to worship together so that we may do the hard work that the world calls us to do. Welcome again. I know there's at least one announcement this morning. Are there any others than one, Susan?
There's a brief, we hope, special meeting after coffee hour today to approve the leadership board entering into a contract for a minister next year. So it's not in our bylaws to be able to do this, so we just need the congregation to vote, the members. So go out and get some coffee and a snack, and we'll ring the bell around 11:30. Just come in for hopefully 10 minutes. Thanks.
So, Susan, I have a question. What will they be voting on? A person?
No, we do not have a person. You're just giving authority to the leadership board once we find a person.
Thank you. Oh, anyone else? Those damn bylaws.
Okay, I'm going to start making some announcements about the art show. It was inevitable, and we're really getting close, and it's going to be kind of crunch time soon. So we did send out emails to some of you who were asked or tapped to do various jobs associated with the art show. I didn't hear anything back from anyone, and so I'm going to be sending out those reminders again. And I would appreciate some kind of response, like, yeah, I'm on it, or no, I can't commit to this anymore, like whatever it is, just for our planning purposes. So we're still kind of in the recruiting artist phase, so if you know any artists that you think would be great participants in the show, that would be awesome. We do have our events nailed down, so we're doing the Kids Weekend again and the Mother's Day event, which are pretty popular. And then Gayla and Arthur's friend Ira is going to be doing another piano concert the first Friday or Saturday night, I believe. And then I've recently locked in a storytelling event for May 9th. It's called Hull Firefly, and if any of you are familiar with the Moth Story Hour, it's very much like that. So Hull Firefly has been established for 10 years. I've gone to several of them. They're really fun. They're very casual. There's no pressure. We'll be announcing the theme soon, just like Moth, it's always on a theme. So you can think about the story you want to tell, or if you come and you're just inspired by hearing everybody else share stories, those spontaneous stories are always welcome as well. I just went to a Moth Grand Slam last week in Boston, and it's just such a reaffirming humanity kind of event. And we're going to hold it here in our old 1742 sanctuary, and hopefully it'll just be really moody and inspiring people to get up and be a little bit interactive. So that is Friday, May 9th, and we are going to have a cocktail reception associated with that, so I'm going to need some help with that and any suggestions. So that's it for now. Thank you.
Anyone else? Let our service begin. We come together this morning to remind one another to rest for a moment on the forming edges of our lives, to resist the headlong tumble into the next moment until we claim for ourselves awareness and gratitude, taking the time to look into one another's face and see their communion, the reflection of our own eyes. This house of laughter and silence, memory and hope is hallowed by our presence together. The Reverend Kathleen McTighe. I invite you to stand as you're willing and able and join in singing hymn number 1000 in your teal hymnal, Morning Has Come. At this time, I invite you to join me in reading the Second Parish Covenant as we light our chalice. With love for each other and respect for each person's search for truth and meaning, we unite to be of service to our neighbors and the larger world. Thank you, Susan.
Good morning, everybody. Good to see you here today. How are you all? Good? Good? So, trying to juggle. So, upstairs, our theme for this month is joy and finding joy, really looking at life as a treasure hunt for joy. And a couple weeks ago, we talked about how we could find joy in foolishness, in being silly, in telling jokes, doing magic tricks. Last week, we talked about joy in music. Remember when we were doing that with our bodies, all the percussion on our bodies, trying to find joy in music? Well, this week, we're going to talk about how we can find joy in hard times. I'm sure nobody's experiencing hard times right now, so we'll have no idea how to find joy in hard times, right? No one's having hard times. Ha ha. I think all of us are experiencing more than hard times right now for a variety of reasons. So I'm going to share with you all this morning a story called The Story the Phoenix Told. Is that what it's called? Thanks, Teddy. Okay. Just to show you a picture of a phoenix. It's a bird with beautiful, vibrant feathers. Rainbow colored, yeah. Ty?
That one's rainbow colored, but they're usually just red and orange and yellow.
There are.
And the phoenix is also a dog name.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. It's also the name of a city in Arizona. There's lots of connections. I like that you said that. This picture does have a lot of different colors, not just red and orange, but there are different versions of phoenixes, and so that the one you saw is probably more red and orange colored. I picked one that had colors of all the rainbow, just to really show you the idea that they are very bright and colorful. Okay, and that the color, yeah, it is. The colors and how bright they are of their feathers is an important part of the story. Once upon a time, long ago, in a faraway land, there lived a magnificent phoenix. Her feathers glowed with the colors of the sun, beautiful shades of gold, crimson, and orange. Her feathers were so beautiful that the human beings of the land thought that she carried pieces of the sunrise on her wings. But she was not only known for her beauty, but also for her wisdom. And it was her wisdom that the people of the land turned to one dreadful year. You see, that was the year a great storm swept through the land, leaving destruction in its wake. Full of despair, the people went to the phoenix, seeking her wisdom and her guidance. "Great phoenix," they asked, "whatever shall we do? How can we find hope when everything feels lost?" And the phoenix told this story. "This is the story of how I, the phoenix, came to be," she said. "Long ago, in my very first life, I lived in a land where it was always springtime. The days were gentle, the nights were calm, and my feathers were colorful, but not as colorful as they are right now. And my strength was impressive, but not as mighty as it is now. One day, the land where I lived was struck by a great fire. Flames consumed everything in their path, including the tree where the phoenix lived, in her nest. She fought to escape the fire, but she was not successful. It consumed everything, and in the blaze, the phoenix was burnt and turned to ash. But as the fire burned, something amazing happened. What the phoenix thought was my last breath, actually, it filled my lungs with a new strength. And with that newly discovered inner strength, from the ashes, remember she was burned, from the ashes, I began to stir. Slowly, I emerged reborn. And I looked at my feathers, and I saw that the fire had not destroyed them, but actually made their colors more vibrant and brilliant than before. And over the years, this happened again and again, with the pain of the fire not destroying me, but leaving me stronger and more beautiful than ever before. And so, friends, I ask you this: as you look around at your own destruction, at your own hard times, are you sure that it is rubble that is all that you see? That's all you see? Well, just look again, Teddy. He said, I'm sure it's all the rubble. Let's look again. Because with the Phoenix story, it brought questions to the humans, their minds. And they looked at the destruction around them from the fire and the storm, and they looked, and just as the Phoenix had discovered her new strength from the ashes, the people noticed a new type of power arising among them as they found strength in sharing their burdens and working together to rebuild from the storm. And just as the phoenix had watched the fire make her feathers even more beautiful and brilliant, the people slowly noticed a new and more beautiful type of love arise between them as they realized that they didn't need to heal and recover all on their own. The people indeed were stronger and more beautiful and even more joyful than before because they came together. So that's just a reminder for all of us to look at what we think is destruction and pain, and there might just be gifts that help us come together and be stronger and perhaps even more joyful than before the destruction. And we're going to go upstairs, everybody, and talk about our story and continue working on our puppets. We're going to give them eyes so they can see. We'll give them the gift of sight as we birth our puppets. So, Mark, could you play us out, please? Thanks, everyone.
In your order of worship, you will find our responsive reading today. I will start it, and you may join in with the italicized words and bold words. As we gather to celebrate in this time of beginnings, in the season of birth and rebirth, we hear the heartbeat of Mother Earth. With the springtime comes the blossoming of the plants, a time of exploration and creation, and the emerging patterns of life. We hear the heartbeat of Mother Earth. Let us draw closer to each other and our Creator. In this, the time of reflection and growth, in the continuing circle of life, we hear the heartbeat of Mother Earth. We recognize strengths and struggles. We give thanks for the gifts of kindness and understanding, and our emotions with the Spirit. We hear the heartbeat of Mother Earth. Let us remember past and present, and the start of the week we begin anew. Let us share laughter, love, and joy. We hear the heartbeat of Mother Earth. During our next musical piece, I invite you to share your joys and sorrows by writing them on the cards in your pew, and they will be collected at the end of this piece.
Still sitz ich an des Weges Hang,
Here we go. It is a great blessing for us to come together here on a Sunday morning and have a place where we can share those things that we are carrying in our hearts, be they sadness and worry or joys and happiness. Concern for the invaluable institutions that are our public libraries after the dismantling of the Institute for Museum and Library Services by the federal government on Thursday. The public library is one of the last places remaining where you don't have to buy anything or believe anything to find refuge, and they do far, far more than most know. I am deeply fearful that we may lose them. Please pray for my friend who is suffering with alcohol addiction and all who suffer with addictions. Please send healing thoughts to my friend Anne, who is newly diagnosed with breast cancer. These sorrows, these worries, these concerns that we hold in our heart, either spoken today or quietly inside of your own heart and soul, are better shared, for the burden is less when the pain is shared. And then the joy today. I woke up to a beautiful sunshine and am grateful. Let us hold that joy in our hearts today as we endeavor to be grateful for the life that we have, for this place, for our families and loved ones. As we gather here today, let us call upon that spirit of life, that spirit of love, that great mystery. Call upon that on which you rest your soul, your worries, and your joys. Call upon that which puts love in your heart. Call upon all that is holy, so that we may survive and survive well, be well and be healthy. May we lead as much as we can in these times of difficulty. Let us be brave, let us be strong. Gracious and loving God, Spirit of love, we have come to a time when we must answer a call of love, and we are the servants of love. As the servants of love, let us use this place and each other to be fulfilled and filled and to have strength. And more important than that, to have love. And know each one of us is surrounded by the love that we take from this place, which will give us strength. We are asked, as benefits of this faith, to make a change in the world. And each one of you can do that. And so I call upon the Spirit of life and the Spirit of love to come into this space and fill you with passion, compassion, joy, and love. May we join together in silent meditation. Amen, and so may it be. Let us pray together the prayer in your order of worship. Our shared prayer today, be with me in my unfolding, by the wonderful Reverend Ted Loder. It is spring, O God, and something stirs in me, reaching, stretching, groping for words, peeking through my defenses, beckoning in my laughter, riding on past my fears, pulsing in my music. And there is the mystery and the smile in it. Be with me in my reaching so that unfolds my life, touched this time by a grace, a warmth, a light, a fresh budding, a spring within as well as around me. Oh God, you have sketched the lines of spring. Be with me in my reaching. See, you all don't need somebody to lead you in prayer. You can read. My friends, it is at this time that you have the opportunity to give gracefully and graciously and thankfully to the well-being and good work of this congregation. The morning offering will now be received.
Stop.
Everything is about to change, and it already has. It will be, it was, it is. The dawn you eagerly await to end the long, cold darkness is already full sun, far off in the east. Yet even after light's return, spring is months away. 30 long years pass after his birth before the Messiah comes. Stones of justice have been tossed in the lake, but their ripples have not yet arrived, have not resolved in the kingdom already present among us. While we wait, let us seek in the darkness of the now and the not yet, for the treasures God has hidden there, the riches of the secret places only found by night. This is what is promised us. The wheel of life turns ever on, and darkness is a path to joy. Written by Mandy McGlynn. It wasn't perfect, the stool. It's cold out today, a lot different from yesterday, which was just a tease. Feels like winter is still with us, a promise of more snow maybe? I forgot to turn the thermostat on last night, and I woke up to a brisk and balmy 60-degree house. Not conducive for a shower, I can tell you that. Do you feel the earth moving just a little bit as the dormant seeds begin to wake up and push their way up through the winter ground? Have you seen the bright purple of the crocuses or croci? Not sure which it is. Push away last fall's leaves and show off their beauty. I was pleasantly surprised the first time I noticed them this year and began to rake around the house to see more, which took their protection away, and then it got cold, and then they wilted. And yet, even with those beautiful bright purple crocuses, baby, it's cold outside. In our reading today, Mandy McGlynn reminds us that we are in the time of now and not yet. It reminds me of how my dogs, waiting for a cookie, lean forward from a required sit position, almost off their haunches, but still legally sitting. That, oh my gosh, give us the cookie for God's sakes, look on their faces, eyes glued to that cookie. Eyes glued to that cookie. Not yet, not yet. It's not yet time, not quite yet. Do you feel yourself leaning into the spring that surely is right there, right at the end of your fingertips? Boy, do we ever need spring this year. A season of possibility, hope, new growth, dare I say change. Spring is coming to Unitarian Universalist congregations right now. It is a season of budding new ministries between clergy and congregations, a season of prayer for the blossoming of these new relationships that are barely popping through the hard earth. Are you feeling hopeful? Are you feeling excited? Anybody? Okay. Then I have something that will probably speak to you more. Are you feeling exhausted, hopeless, and angry? Can I hear an amen? Yeah, I thought so. My friends, Spring will be different this year. This year will be different, scary, and difficult. Every day the news gets worse. It's Sunday morning and we are in church, doing church. We are church. So I'm not going to remind you of everything, not all the things, just a few, and then we can get back to spring. Spring is also coming to Gaza and to Ukraine. Ongoing attacks in both places, death in the streets in both places, starvation, diabolical abandonment of the Ukraine battle for freedom by our government. Spring is coming to El Salvador, where prisoners are taken from this country, this free country, to a horrible place where prisoners are mistreated, beaten, and tortured, where overcrowding and lack of food is a constant, where our government sent people without due process, some of whom probably should be deported, but not to an inhumane prison in a foreign country without due process of law that we are promised. Spring is coming to Paris and to a prison in Louisiana, where Dr. Alloway from Brown University, a kidney transplant surgeon, is holding up in Paris. And Mahmoud Khalil is imprisoned in Louisiana. I remember when spring came to Tunisia, Algeria, Jordan, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Syria, Yemen, Sudan, Palestine, Iraq, Bahrain, Libya, Kuwait, Morocco, and to the borders of Lebanon and Israel. The Prague Spring of 1968. I remember those springs. Spring seems to bring revolution. Those tiny seeds pushing up through the hard ground is revolutionary. The robins return, even in the cold. That's revolutionary. Each one of us preparing the ground or the straw bales for planting, making the soil or straw rich and ready and open. Revolutionary. My gosh, we have our work cut out for us, and spring is coming. No matter what, spring is coming. What do we do with this good news? Not all the stuff I read on the previous page, but the good news of spring, of rebirth, of a new way. Well, I'm going to buy some straw bales, and I'm going to prepare them so that they can grow my potatoes and my carrots and my garlic. Think about what you're going to do. Please understand that the preparation of the straw bales and the planting is to give me strength, not the end. It's a means to an end. As Unitarian Universalists, and more importantly, as people of faith, faith in the overwhelming power of love, I believe we are called to be revolutionaries. In general, we should be revolutionaries. But specifically at this time, each of you can and should, and I hate that word, should, reflect, pray, Meditate on how you will become a revolutionary, how you will participate in the revolution that we need so dearly. Some of you will hold signs on a street corner with like-minded folks. Some of you will bombard the White House switchboard with calls. Some of you will meet with your representatives or send cards to their offices. Maybe a few of you will put your bodies and lives on the line, saying no more. Each and every one of those things is revolutionary and an opportunity. Whatever it is, remember that you have the love and support of this beloved gathering to hold you. Remember, you are resting on the shoulders of giants, of martyrs to this faith. Michael Servetus, who we honor at our flower communion, Reverend James Reeb, Francis David, Norbert Capek, Viola Luzo, Reverend Turabo Quimada, and Greg McKendry and Linda Krager gunned down in our UU church in Knoxville because the church supported Planned Parenthood. James Reeb. As we move into the spring and further into the year and years ahead, let us remember a few things. We are clearly not alone in loving our faith and taking to heart what our faith stands for: love. Because love is the foundation of Unitarian Universalism, we are called to act. Freedom of conscience allows each of us to decide how we will act. This community and all UU communities are beloved and hold each other in beloved love, so we are never alone. Each of us has the opportunity and the responsibility to grow our spiritual muscle for the fight. Spiritual practice is non-negotiable if you are in the fight. Let me say that again. Spiritual practice is non-negotiable if you are in the fight. Find what it is that works for you. Get together with a few or one friend. Practice together. It is called spiritual practice, not spiritual expertise. Keep practicing. Bring your heart back into your body and be ready. I will prepare my straw bales and use each moment, each movement as a piece of spiritual practice to prepare myself for the fight ahead, to prepare myself to be a revolutionary every day. Will you join me? See you on the streets. Oh, gee. Let us join together singing hymn number 368 in your gray hymnal. Now let us sing.
Lift up your voice, be not afraid.
My friends, be not afraid or be afraid. Either is fine. Either is good. Be not alone, and share your fears, your joys. Share your story of how you will change the world. For that is all we are asked to do, is to change the world. Be not afraid, and sing. Song and singing will give you the strength that you need. My beloveds, go in peace. Amen.